Hey there, folks. I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Joining me today is a very special guest, one whom you've already met before. So please help me in welcoming back my best friend, Stephen Smead.
Hello, boys! I'm back! all right, cut it out. You've been on the show before. It's not that big a deal.
Well, we are reviewing the sequel to the movie I just quoted, so...
Yeah, well, on to the show. Well, folks, July is here once again, and I feel like we've got some unexpected guests docked outside Earth. You may recall during July 2014 when Stephen and I blogged Independence Day from 1996. And we still stand by what we said in it. It had thrilling action, memorable characters, and hilarious humor.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Sadly, there was something we forgot to mention before we were writing our blog script. We forgot to mention that a sequel would happen, and that moment just happened just several days ago. But the question is this: is this new sequel a triumph or just a misfire? Well, let's not waste any more time. Released on June 24th, 2016, the movie is Independence Day Resurgence. Alright, on with the blog. As we all know, we knew that these guys were coming back. After Independence Day redefined the event movie genre, the next epic chapter delivers global spectacle on an unimaginable scale. Using recovered alien technology, the nations of Earth have collaborated on an immense defense program to protect Earth. But nothing can prepare us for the aliens' advanced and unprecedented force. Only the ingenuity of a few brave men and women can bring our world back from the brink of extinction. So, what did we think of it? Well, my thoughts, to be honest, the movie was really thrilling. Sure, it's not better than the original, but it's a much better film than 2012. Ugh.
Well, it made me want to watch better movies. Made me want to watch the original Independence Day, Top Gun, The Last Starfighter, and just a lot of other movies like that. And I think this story, like these characters are like from Top Gun, and it just kind of felt like it was a bunch of different movies thrown together, and it was a little weird for me, but yeah, it was alright.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's move on to Mustang notes. Now, the possibility of a sequel to Independence Day had long been discussed, and the film's producer and writer, Dean Devlin, once stated that the world's reaction to the September 11th attacks influenced him to strongly consider making a sequel to the film. Devlin began writing an outline for the script with Emmerich, but in May 2004, Emmerich said he and Devlin had attempted to figure out a way how to continue the story. But this ultimately did not work, and the pair abandoned the idea. In October 2009, Emmerich said he once again had plans for a sequel and has since considered the idea of making two sequels to form a trilogy. On June 24, 2011, Devlin confirmed that he and Emmerich have found an idea for the sequels and have written a treatment for it. In October 2011, however, discussions for Will Smith's return were halted due to Fox's refusal to provide the $50 million salary demanded by Smith for the two sequels. Emmerich, however, made assurances that the film would be shot back-to-back, regardless of Smith's involvement. In July 2012, Devlin reiterated that the Independence Day sequel was still in development, and the script would take place in 2012, 16 years after the original film's events.
In March of 2013, Emmerich stated that the title of the new film would be I Be Forever, Part 1 and ID Forever Part 2. The films would take place 20 years after the original, where reinforcements of the original alien race arrived at Earth, after finally receiving a distress call. The new films would focus on the next generation of heroes, including the stepson of Smith's character in the original film. In May 2013, Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin mentioned that wormholes would be used as a plot device in ID Forever. On May 29, 2014, it was announced that the script for the first sequel, written by Emmerich and Devlin, would be rewritten by Carter Blanchard. On November 26, 2014, Deadline confirmed that Fox had greenlit the single film, and they were in talks with Emmerich to direct the film, while casting was reported to begin after Emmerich's confirmation. The full title, Independence Day Resurgence, was revealed on June 22, 2015. Returns, Retaliation, Rises, and Requiem were all considered two, along with the title, before settling with Resurgence.
Filming began on April 20th, 2015, and wrapped up on August 22nd, 2015. Filming of additional scenes also took place in early 2016 in Los Angeles. Some scenes have also been filmed in West Wendover, Nevada, London at the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, and Singapore's Marina Bay Sands. The makers of the film refrained from shooting in India or portraying any prominent Indian monuments as being damaged to avoid potential protests and legal actions from Indian religions, groups, and activists.
This is actually apparently a very common thing. Apparently in Pixels, when they released it in India, they actually took out the part where the Taj Mahal got destroyed. Not that I've seen that movie.
But I did, though.
Yeah. And you liked it.
Yes.
From what I heard, so, yeah.
Now, if there's anything that I have to give credit for, it would be the movie's visuals, which do look very improved compared to the first film.
Having said that, it's been 20 years, so they've had a bit of time for technology to kind of make things look better.
True that. Now, what is there else to mention? Oh yeah, I like the certain thing that happened, like the moon base on the moon, as well as the scenes in Area 51, and also the battles. Steven, do you have anything to add to this?
It's a very pretty movie. The battle scenes are very, very epic. In fact, they do a lot better job with the dogfights, I thought at least, than the scene at the end of the new Star Wars movie, which I thought was kind of lackluster for multiple reasons. They kind of show them try the trick they used at the end of the first movie, and they tried to show that it didn't really work. I don't think they were that effective at it, and that was really cool, but that's story, and that's not what we're talking about right now. But it is a very visually impressive movie. It is definitely one of those visually impressive movies that have this great spectacle in them, and they're fantastic.
True. And I know this wouldn't be a sci-fi film without a bit of destruction, and since that we only seen, in the first movie, we only seen Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., and New York getting blown up, we only see Asia and Europe getting destroyed.
Well, we also see the Eastern Seaboard getting trashed. The destruction is on a bigger scale in this movie, and they show that it's a worldwide war in this one. But they also kind of rush that bit of it along for some reason, versus the build up to it in the original movie, and and then all this huge spectacle of, well, 3 of the most important cities in the United States getting destroyed.
Okay.
But again, that story.
Right. Now let's talk about the aliens themselves. Now, unlike in the first film, where they look almost like animatronics or people in costumes,
Which they were.
the aliens here, however, move more realistically, and they are much meaner due to the fact that they are in CGI. Plus, they mostly use handguns than they did briefly in the first film.
Well, the other thing with that is, in the first film, they didn't get to the point where there was going to be an alien invasion. You find out early in this movie that they did land one ship, and things happened, and plot for this movie happened, but that was all the way in Africa, whereas the focus of this movie of the last movie was all in America. And so we do see them as an army just kind of like hurt, just with posing, and it's like, oh, they're preparing an invasion. Well, they didn't really get that far. They didn't get to the ground attack part of. It's strangely like the Battle of Britain, where it was all aerial based, but yeah.
And then there's their leader, the alien queen. Holy mackerel, does she look very scary. Not only does she look like the others, but she's really bigger and highly defensive. Plus, she walks on all fours.
She was big. Now, the one thing I do want to mention, and we probably should have mentioned this in the notes section, was there's a little bit of controversy surrounding when they went to make, why Roland Emmerich decided to wait so long to make the movie. Supposedly, it was because he didn't want to make a movie where the United States rallied under the president while George W. Bush was president. To me, personally, that's kind of lame.
That might be a nice possibility. Anyway, now that we got Mustang notes out of the way, let's move on to the characters. Let's begin with the recurring cast. Returning to the cast is David Levinson, a scientist and MIT-educated computer expert and environmental activist played by Jeff Goldblum, known for being in The Prince of Egypt and Jurassic Park. In the first film, he was a satellite technician at a cable television company in New York City, and he's in charge of the research in Area 51 after Brackish Oaken passed out.
Yeah, he didn't die, he passed out.
Yeah. He was also recommended as director of ESD, where he provides the United Nations the resources to combat extraterrestrial beings with the subordinates, and in the process, using its political influence to promote the activism.
Next is Thomas J. Whitmore, the 42nd President of the USA and Persian Gulf War veteran, played by Bill Pullman, known for being in Casper and Spaceballs. Both fun movies. He was also in Don Bluth's Titan A.E. Though his presidency has ended 15 years after his second term, Whitmore remains a significant figure as a result of his role during the first invasion and its aftermath.
Next we have Patricia Whitmore, the former first daughter, played by Micah Monroe. She also works for her father's successor as one of her aides and speechwriter at the White House. Prior to working for the government, She initially planned to become an ESD pilot after college and had trainings, and, in my opinion, she's a really skilled fighter like her father.
Next up is Dylan Dubrow-Hiller, played by Jesse Usher. He is the stepson of the now-deceased war hero Stephen Hiller and Jasmine Dubrow, and the son of Jasmine Dubrow. In this movie, he's a pilot and a captain in the ESD.
In our opinion, he does make a great Marine pilot.
He did a good job. David's father, Julius Levinson, is again played by Judd Hirsch. He really hasn't changed much, except he wrote a book about how he saved the world.
And we also think that he does a really good job looking after some orphan children who have lost their families.
He did an okay job.
We also have Dr. Breakish Oaken, played once again by Brent Spiner, the unkempt and highly extinctable scientist formerly in charge of research in Area 51.
You mean excitable?
That too. Anyway, he awakens in this film 20 years after his coma from the first attack, and then works with ESD.
Yeah, they had this weird idea where it was like, no, he's not dead, he's in a coma. He's in a coma. So basically they did a soap opera plot point of, yeah, he's not actually dead.
Yeah, but it's still pretty twisted.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to the new characters, starting with one of our main heroes and Patricia's love interest, Jake Morrison, played by Liam Hemsworth. Now, Jake is a U.S. pilot serving as a lieutenant in ESD. He grew up in an orphanage after his parents were killed in the first attack, and later joins the military to become one of the best fighter pilots.
What's really interesting, I think, with his character and the stepson, I can't think of his name.
His name is Dylan.
Dylan, is, they do form kind of a weird, if you've seen the movie Top Gun, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. They're basically, Maverick and Iceman. With, Jake Morrison being Maverick.
Next is President Elizabeth Lanford, played by Celia Ward, who I remember as Dr. Lucy Hall from The Day After Tomorrow. Now, Lanford is the 45th President of the United States and the first woman in the country's history to hold the Oval Office, who is in her first term since 2013. She was succeeding Thomas Whitmore, William Gray, and Lucas Jacobs. I wonder if she's foreshadowing Hillary Clinton, kind of like what Morgan Freeman did, foreshadowing Barack Obama in Deep Impact.
I hope not.
Anyway, about her character, she said she's strong and decisive and not afraid to kick ass. Prior to her presidency, Lanford lost her family during the first attack, and she served as a vice president under Jacobs.
Now keep in mind, a good amount of this is from the fluff, kind of, the expanded universe that they have. It's one of the weird things with this movie that it has a lot of build-up, and it kind of expects you to know kind of what's happened. That's why they did the whole War of 1996 website that they did, was you do have to kind of know some things going in. Like, they're not going to flat out tell you. And she's actually not as important of a character as I think a lot of the trailers want you to believe.
Yeah, maybe so. Next we have Joshua Adams, played by William Finchner. Known for being in films like The Lone Ranger and Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight movie. Now, Adams is a U.S. general serving in ESD and a member of Lanfort's cabinet. After Lanfort and most of her cabinet are killed...
Yeah, they're all red shirts.
Anyway, after that, Adams was sworn in as the 46th President of the U.S. The last character we need to mention is the Sphere, voiced by Jenna Purdy. Now, this thing is an extraterrestrial artificial intelligence sent to serve as a liaison between Earth and a party of interplanetary refugees who are also victims of the aliens' attacks. The rest of the cast includes Joey King, Garrett Waring, Wade Welford, McKenna Grace, Travis Tope, Charlotte Gainsbourg, Vivica A. Fox, and Robert Loggia. And now it's time to move on to our final words. Overall, Independence Day Resurgence isn't that bad of a movie. I mean, sure, it does have a few flaws, like the story writing, but it's still very entertaining and still action-packed, and also has several funny moments sometimes. The returning characters are great, and the new characters are very interesting. But anyway, if you were ever a fan of the first Independence Day movie, then by all means, give this movie a chance.
Personally, I kind of agree. Kind of. Well, like I said, they don't give you a whole lot. They try to give you a whole lot of fluff, and there's a bit too much. You're going to probably go into this movie looking for just mindless action. There's plenty of that in this movie. But it's a decent movie. You may enjoy this if you like the original movie. However, it did make me, like I said earlier, it made me want to watch it made me want to rewatch the original. It made me want to watch Top Gun. It made me want to watch Last Starfighter. There's a scene in the end of movies where I'm just sitting there like, oh, that cockpit's set up just like the cockpits from Last Starfighter. So, yeah, it kind of made me want to watch that too. But, final words, it's alright. It's not fantastic. It's not great by any means. But it is fun, and go enjoy it if you think it sounds like fun.
So together, we give this film a rating of 60% out of 100. I mean, it's not bad, it's not exactly great either, but I still think it's good anyway.
It's alright.
Well, that's it for today. I'd like to thank Steve and Smead for joining me on another blog.
Alright, my friend.
So, be sure to join me next time for my next blog. Mustang Power. Oh, and happy Independence Day, folks.